Start to relax your body into your seat, settle in. Take some big, deep breaths on your own. Big inhales, big exhales. Let's do out through the mouth. Big exhales out through the mouth. With every big breath out through the mouth, just letting go of a little tension or a lot of tension, depending who you are and what your day's been like. And start to draw your breath in and out through the nose. Eyes can still stay closed. Let's bring our hands to heart center. As we start to bring our awareness and our presence here on the mat, here in this space now. Committing to the next 60 minutes to move, to breathe, perhaps to laugh, as if nothing else in the world matters but this moment right here. We'll start class with 3 ohms today. So we'll unite our voices in this vibration. Om is the sound of the universe. It's the sound of everything and nothing at all. And so when you do it, think about the Aum, the Ah coming from your feet, the O from your heart, and the from the top of your head. Let's do 3 of these with a big breath before we start. Exhale everything out. Take a big inhale. Open your mouth, let it go. Inhale, 3 ohms. Oh. Breath in and breath out. Breathe. And release your hands down to your knees. Eyes can stay closed if you wish. Chin to chest. Feel the stretch along the back of your spine. Feel your body just relaxing with every breath out. And then slowly roll left ear to left shoulder. Right shoulder can relax down away from your ear. And then roll chin back to chest. And right ear to right shoulder. Left shoulder can relax. And then slowly start to bob your head side to side and feel the depth of this stretch. So it goes so far beyond the neck and our throat. It goes down into our upper mid back, the traps, maybe even your lats. And even if you don't know what either of those things are, it doesn't even matter. Just feel the stretch. Couple more breaths. And then rise back up. Clasp your hands. Press your hands away from you and spread your shoulder blades apart. Ooh, big stretch. And then inhale, rise arms up. Open little back bend. Hands are still clasped. Maybe look up. And let's start to make some circles through our torso. So torso goes back, down, around, and forward. Hands stay up overhead, unless if you have a shoulder injury, of course, throughout class, please feel free to modify. We're just going in one direction, warming up through our spine and torso. We're going to be moving through a hive flow today, so we're taking a little or a bit of time to warm up for our flow. And switch your direction. And then rise all the way up, breathe in. And then exhale, keep your hands flexed, open the mouth, breathe out, press out through your heels of your hands. Bring them all the way down. Good. Roll out through your wrists. Really roll them around. And then hands on the knees, eyes can blink open. We'll do a breath practice before we set an intention. But while we're doing this, it's a version of Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing with breath of fire combined. So while we're doing this, allow your intention to bubble up while we're breathing. Let go of any attachment to what your intention needs to be today and just allow it to bubble up. All right? So right hand comes up. We're going to hold our fingers up toward the sky, and you're going to cover your right nostril with your thumb. Your hands are just going to be up like this. I'll show you from the side. And we're going to be practicing breath of fire while we hold this. So those of you who know how to do this, just go ahead. Otherwise, it's a forceful exhale through the nose, and the belly button goes in, effortless inhale. If you could be pregnant or if you're menstruating at this moment, women, feel free to not navel pump, just do the breath work. And so forceful exhale through the left nostril, effortless inhale. So I'll show you what it looks like. So it's really going to get all of the snot out of the left nostril, if you will. So right hand comes up. Let's do it together. Forceful exhale, effortless inhale. Here we go. Good. Stay with it. Keep your spine really tall while you're doing this one. And it's not forceful exhale, forceful inhale. It's really an effortless inhale. You're not drawing your breath in. You don't want to hyperventilate. And inhale. Exhale. Drop your right hand down. Just breathe normally for a moment. And then we'll go to the opposite side. Left hand comes up. And again, forceful exhale through the right nostril, effortless inhale. When you're ready, begin. And inhale. Exhale. Release, breathe normally. Eyes can close. And notice your intention. What bubbled up for you? What are you feeling like you need to cultivate in your practice today? Why did you show up to yoga. And then layer your hands over your heart, surrender your chin to your chest slightly. I will offer up a group intention for all of us to flip our perspective. Whatever that means to you with your own intention, be open to flipping your perspective. Take an inhale through your nose. Hold your breath in. Open your mouth, big breath out. Breathe normally. Blink your eyes open, hands down on the knees. Let's right away rock over our knees and come to tabletop. We're going to move through table, shoulders right over wrists, hips over knees. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chin. And exhale, round your spine, press into your palms. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chin. And exhale, round. And start to move at your own pace through cat and cow. You can wag your tail, you can roll through your belly button, whatever feels good in your body in this moment. And if you haven't already, start cultivating your ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath in and ujjayi breath out. And then come to neutral table, tuck your toes, shift your hips back, like kind of a modified child's pose. Just rock your hips side to side, stretch out through your toes. Head can relax. And breathe. Rock side to side. And then back to center. Let's go ahead and walk our hands forward. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Right away. Oh, resist the urge to think, oh, I'm not ready for down dog. Or maybe you're like, oh, I was ready 10 minutes ago for down dog. Wherever you're at, just pedal out through your heels. Grip into your hands. Roll your upper arm bones in. So you're spreading your shoulder blades apart on your mat while your shoulders stay away from your ears. Kind of a like complicated thing. Grip into your fingers. And find stillness in your downward facing dog. Belly button draws to your spine. Inhale, come forward to a high plank. Tighten up your glutes. Gaze is down. Breathe in and out through your nose. Ooh, plank pose. Grip into your fingers. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Sometimes I like to rock forward to back. That's kind of a habit of mine in plank pose. I think I crave the movement. So if that feels good to it, if you ever need to drop to your knees, if your booty is dropping, drop to your knees. It's just as hard. Keep breathing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, breathe, 4, 3, 2, 1, downward facing dog. Whew. Now in down dog right now, I want you to just notice the world behind you right now. Maybe it's a wall, maybe it's a room, maybe it's your kitchen. Just notice the world upside down. Notice the world upside down. And then lower your knees to the earth, rock around to your bum, boat pose. You're gonna get a little warmed up through the core. Hands can come behind your thighs to start. Open up your shoulders. Tiptoe your feet back. Lift your feet up. Spread your toes wide. Open your heart. Core stays strong. Arms can reach out, or you can keep gripping the backs of your thighs. Your choice. Breathe. Notice what's going through your head in this moment and see if you can flip your perspective. Maybe smiling would just help. Nothing like smiling during core work. Now we're gonna stay here, or you have the option to clasp your hands and just start rowing side to side, rowing side to side. It feels really good if you exhale on your twist. Keep your legs lifted. 10, breathe, 9, 8, 7, 6, maybe smile, 4, 5, 4, I can count, 3, 2, 1, back to center, cross your legs, whoo, downward facing dog, hips high, breathe, breathe. Breath in through your nose, open your mouth, breathe out. Again, breath in through your nose, open your mouth, breathe out. Now lower your knees down to the earth. Come to hero's pose on your knees. I like to bring a block between my legs and sit up onto my bum onto the block. But however you want to be, you can always come down to a seat if this is not comfortable. We're going to come into Virata. Arms come out wide. This is a Kriya that's really about expression of freedom of movement. So we're really going to dig deep and warm up through the arms continually. Like you're holding big grapefruits in your hands. You'll inhale, open up your heart. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, hands come around, fingertips almost to touch, but not quite, not quite. And exhale sounds like this. And we're gonna move really fast, so it looks like this. Okay, let's all do it together. Remember to close your eyes when you do this. It feels really freeing, okay? Inhale through your nose, through your mouth. Here we go. Good, stay with it. Big movement, in through your nose, out through your mouth, move through your spine, keep reaching through your fingers. And inhale, both arms up. And exhale, hands on your knees. Just breathe normally. Notice the energy moving through your arms. Breathe. Breathe. Put left hand on your belly, right hand to your forehead. Breathe. Come back to your intention. Last breath in. Big breath out. And release your hands. Blink your eyes open. You can rock off your block. Let's find downward facing dog. Hips high. And then from here, let's inhale up to our toes, bend your knees and load your dog. So you can see I'm up on my tippy toes. It's like I'm on a springboard and I'm gonna spring into the water for a swimming race, even though I've never raced at swimming before. We can all do this. Wrap your upper arm bones inward so that your shoulder blades spread apart from one another on your back. Breathe. Core is strong. Your belly is just like on your thighs. You're super loaded. Keep strong through your legs. And then leave your arms where they are. Now straighten your legs out. Maybe your heels drop toward the mat. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Inhale up to your toes. Bend your knees. Step or hop, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, spine long. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, arms reach all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Breathe. Breathe. And blink your eyes open. Hands come down at your sides. It's time to wake up if you're not already. So peace fingers, we're going to do the energy medicine yoga wake up. Reach for your collarbones, the two little bony points. They're right here. And then you're gonna go out an inch and down an inch. It's like a little depression almost. And just start either tapping or you can massage, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. So this whole time, we're kind of moving our energy. We're teaching it to wake up. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Even if I forget to say that, again, keep breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. This is the body's on button. We're gonna move through these a little bit quicker than normal, just to really get moving. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Good, now keep breathing that way. Move your tapping to your sternum. This is where our thymus gland is. It wakes up the immune system. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more. Good, take your tapping to the sides of your body, like where your bra line would be for ladies, or like the seam of your shirt, and tap. Sometimes I like to go side to side. Sometimes I like to massage a little bit and not do the tapping. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. This helps with digestion, integration. Ooh, so if it's sore, maybe you've had digestive issues lately, or maybe you've had a hard time integrating life. Breathe deep. One more breath in, breath out. Good, shake it off. Then light tapping, last one of the thumbs, light tapping right below the eyes on the orbital bone. Just light tapping, this helps ground us. Grounding into our feet. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. One more breath in, and breath out. Hands to your sides, eyes closed. Breathe normally, just notice the shift. Notice the energy moving. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Eyes open, good. Same hand to same leg. One big breath. Inhale, exhale. Good, now crisscross, opposite hand, opposite leg. In through the nose, out through the mouth, marching in place. And then we're gonna mix it up. So take it behind, so opposite hand to opposite foot. If you get kind of messed up, that's okay. We're helping energy cross over. Woo, in through the nose, out through the mouth this whole time. This part always feels really fancy to me, like a dance. One more breath. Woo, good, shake it off. Hands come right in front of your pubic bone. Close your eyes, bring your intention back into your mind, even if it's just flipping your perspective. And then inhale through your nose. We're gonna zip that intention up the midline of the body. Flip your hands when you get to your lips, and then reach up, open your mouth, exhale, hands come down and around. Good, again, inhale, zip it up. And open your mouth, breathe out. Last one. Good, middle finger to your belly button, middle finger between your eyebrows, press in and pull up, 3 breaths, inhale. Exhale. We're sealing it in, inhale. Exhale. One more breath in and breath out. Beautiful. Release your hands down, shake it off, and bring your feet wide. Now we'll come into warrior breath, squat down. This is a forceful exhale through the mouth, and then this inhale twice through the nose. 2 times in, 2 times out. Arms are up, make fists with your hands. We're gonna go through the nose, and then open the palms like this, through the mouth. So fists first, gaze forward, squat it down, knees over ankles. Here we go. Last one. Now straighten your knees, palms up, eyes open, breathe normally. Just breathe. Eyes stay open so you don't fall over. See what you see. Shake it off. Let's come to the top of our mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Dive all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, spine long, shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step your feet back, high plank pose. Breath in, squeeze your butt cheeks together, and exhale, chaturanga or to your belly, your choice. You can come to a hover, and then use your core, downward facing dog. Now, if you're not sure what it means to use your core, when I say that, then we're gonna practice it here. So draw your belly button to your spine. So you're knitting all of your muscles of your abdominals together. Inhale up to your toes, roll forward to high plank. Whew. Okay, belly button to spine. It's almost like someone's got a string attached to your belly button and they're lifting you up, and you're not even pushing through your hands. You're just being lifted by your core. Whew, and then find down dog. It should make this infinitely harder. We'll do a few more. Inhale forward. Whew. And then as you exhale, draw your belly button back, downward facing dog. Whew, keep it up. Inhale forward. Exhale, press it back. Inhale forward. Exhale, press it back. One more. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Good. Inhale up to your tippy toes. Bend your knees. Load your dog. Breathe everything out. Look forward. Spring or hop or step or walk. Halfway lift. Breath in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Good. Breathe. Now inhale, arms up. Chair pose, sink it low. Chair pose, we look like a thunderbolt shape. Hands can either come to heart center or you're reaching them up alongside the head. Now for an extra challenge, maybe grab a block, grab it between your hands. Whew. It's really hard to not engage and have a block between your hands. And you're pressing it between your palms. You're not like holding it like this, you're pressing it. Good, now squeeze your legs together. Make sure you can see your big toes. Tailbone is tucked, so there's no sway in your back. Whew, breathe. Deep breath in, deep breath out. If you have a block, set it to the side. Stay low in the squat. Hands come to heart center. Now shift your weight into your left foot. Right heel is going to lift. And we're coming straight to warrior three, right leg back. If you wobble to it, no problem. Try to keep your hips level. Now you can either find airplane pose or reach your arms forward. Belly button is strong. And if you wobble out of this, wobble back in. Take the really strong left leg, really strong through your glutes. And you don't want to open up through your hips at all. We want to level out through your hips. Whew. Go for it wherever you are. We're going to step to crescent lunge after this. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. With control, step it back. Whew. Nice work, yogis. Back heel, I'm going to switch around a little bit. Back heel is right over the ankle. So you can look at mine if you can see it there. Right over the heel is right over the toes. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Gaze is strong and forward. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Left foot draws back. Find a flow of your choice. If it's chaturanga, maybe start from the knees. Elbows go no further than your body. Press to an upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, pull with your core, downward facing dog. Whew, that wasn't just like an activity. Every time you go back to down dog, you should be pulling with your core. Nice work. Let's inhale up to our toes. Bend your knees. Spring, hop, step, run, dance to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Breathe. Great. Eyes open. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, squat it low, chair pose. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And right from here, since we've spent a little time in chair already, we're gonna move on from this. We're gonna shift our weight into our right foot. So left heel lifts. Go right back to warrior three. You may have a slight bend in your right knee, totally fine. Arms can either reach out, they can reach back with palms down. Wherever you are, keep your rib cage knitted together. And sometimes if you want to help rotate your back hip, roll your left pinky toe down toward the mat, level out through the hips. You may have, again, this micro bend in the right knee. Woo, crescent lunges after this in 5, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it back. Woo, high lunge, inhale, arms up. Shoulders relaxed. Come back to your intention. Flip your perspective. What could you use to flip here? Breath in and breath out. Breath in and exhale. Hands all the way down. Right foot draws back. Chaturanga, or you can always skip it and meet us in downward facing dog. Breathe. Breathe. And then let's walk our feet forward to the hands. And we're gonna lower down into a little squat, little ball. So we're gonna play with a fun arm balance here. This is called side crow. So if you're not down with side crow, or if you have a shoulder injury, feel free to just watch or take it step by step. And if you've never done side crow, it's really fun. And our arms are nice and warmed up. So hands are gonna come to the right side of you. Now you can follow me or you can just watch. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna bring my knees on the back of my left tricep. And what's gonna happen with my arms over here is I'm gonna bend them just like chaturanga. So if you're still working on arm strength there, this might not happen to the fullest extent today, that's fine. But look at your hands, shoulder width distance, fingers need to be spread wide. You have to be gripping into your fingers, that's a requirement. Now, place the legs right on the back of the left tricep. So there's nothing on the back of your right tricep. Okay, now here you might just lean. Ooh, it's like a big fun twist. Maybe your feet lift up. Squeeze your elbows toward one another. Maybe you just lift one foot up. Maybe you're just working on getting your hands over here. Have fun with it and resist the urge to get down on yourself, to be like, oh, I can't do it. I'm too tired. Just have fun. Honor right where you are right now and breathe. Woo. Hold wherever you at. Let's do a hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Ooh, beautiful. Immediately to the opposite side while we're down here. Let's do it. So again, I'm gonna walk through hands, and I'll tip this down just a little bit. You can't quite see my mat. So here, I'm gonna bring my hands around to this side, shoulder width distance. Grip into your fingers so you can see the whites of your hands. Now, I usually go up to my tippy toes and lift my knees up, and I'm gonna keep them together. They come to the back of my right tricep. And if that feels really tender on your tricep, that's fine. You don't often get into this position in day-to-day life, do you? So hug your left elbow in, hug your right elbow in, and then maybe lift your feet up, maybe split them apart, maybe fall down. Just have fun and get to a place where you can breathe. That's the point, right? Squeeze in the twist and breathe. Lift up. Woo, let's come into a hold wherever you are, even if your feet are on the ground. 5, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Lower down. Really beautiful, everybody. Find a forward fold. Feet hip width distance. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Bend your elbows. Forward fold, letting the head drop. Now you can see my belly is like right on my thighs. And then I can straighten my knees just a little bit. Sway side to side. Breathe. Breathe again.
Back to center. Option here to take gorilla pose. Gorilla pose is super fun. You're gonna lift up your feet and place your hands underneath your feet. If you're like, I can't touch my toes, then I would say to you, bend your knees. Yes, you can. Lift your feet up, and then you can like wiggle your toes. It's a little wrist massage. It should feel really good. And if this doesn't feel good at all, you can take a forward fold or grab your big toes again. See if you can relax your head. Sway side to side, little self-massage on your wrists. Breathe it deep. And then rock it back to center. Flip your hands out and just stay in your fold for just a moment. And again, look behind you, through your legs, however you can. Just notice the world upside down. Notice the flip of perspective. Breath in and breath out. Breath in and breath out. Back to center. Bend into your knees. Press into your feet. Roll up or rise up. Arms reach out, around and up. And exhale, hands to heart. Breathe. And release your hands down, Tadasana. Tilt it back so now you can see my head again and my smiling face. Top of your mat. Let's step the right foot back. Feet are like warrior two. We're preparing for triangle. You may want to block for this one. So left foot is back. Your right hand is forward. I like to take my right or my block in my right hand. Arms are going to reach out. Now, with warrior two feet, some people like this front heel lining up with the back arch. Some people, like me, I like to have my left heel back just a little bit. And you can feel how that kind of rotates the hip a bit. Now you'll see I'm going to reach forward. Front knee is bent, but not hyperextended. This is hyperextended. This is a micro bend. Reach forward. And then I'm going to bring my right hand down onto the block so that I have lift. Now what we're avoiding here in triangle is trying to get to the mat and having this crunching sensation on the right side of our body. It's way, way, way more about finding openness than it is about reaching the mat. And then you can gaze up. This is a stretch for your neck. Ooh, press into both feet fully. And then look up at your left hand. Your core is super strong. So you can see here, your body is like literally, you're holding your entire torso up using your core and your neck. There shouldn't be too much weight in your right hand. So breathe. Breathe. And then core is strong. Inhale, pull up, leave your block where it is. Reverse your triangle. Ooh, feels so good. Ooh. And then rise all the way up. Bend your front knee. Take a side angle, right arm down, left arm up and over. So this time the front knee is bent. It's right over your front ankle. Roll your left shoulder open, gaze up. Breathe. Breathe. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then pinwheel your hands all the way down. Front foot draws back. Take a flow of your choice, or you can always skip it and meet us in downward facing dog. Just make sure to breathe. Now from here, we're just gonna go right to the opposite side. So step your left foot forward and come right into warrior 2 feet. And pinwheel your arms up, straight front knee. Now if you need to move your block, do that now. Either grab it in your hand or place it down by your foot. Now don't hyperextend the left knee. Right heel might go back just a little bit. Now reach forward, and then left hand and block will come down. You can use a water bottle or a book or instead of a block if you want. Right hand reaches up, gazes up. Now take some of the weight out of your left hand. You can always rest it on your shin. I just find sometimes when I do that, I'm more likely to hyperextend. I have a tendency to do that with my knees. I really want to stay strong through my feet. And so do you. Breathe. Maybe you get just a little bit of a heart opening back bend, reaching your right hand back behind you. Core needs to be super strong. Stay with it. And then inhale, use your core. Come up, reverse your triangle. Breathe. Woo. Should feel good on your left side. And then pinwheel, your hands back up, bend your left knee, side angle. Left arm down, right arm over. Same thing. So I'm not resting all of my body weight into my leg. I'm really using my core to spin open, right shoulder opening up toward the sky. Breathe. And then inhale, come up, reverse warrior. Woo. And then rise up, straighten your left knee, rotate your feet. We'll come into a wide-legged forward fold. So from here, look down at your feet. The wider you are, most likely the easier this is gonna be. Heels can be a little bit wider. And we're gonna do hands on hip, hinge forward. So flat spine, and then hinge all the way down. Now, if you need to bend your knees here, totally acceptable. I'll do this so I can see you. So you're gonna breathe here, relax through your head. We'll take probably 5 deep breaths just to surrender into our hamstrings. Surrender into your hamstrings. Let your head and neck go. Breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. Breathe with it. Last conscious breath in. Conscious breath out. Before you even rise up a little bit, look through your eyeballs. What is behind you? Check out the world upside down. Breathe. And then release your hands, slight bend in your knees. Couple options. You can come down to your knees here, or you can come up to standing. I am going to explain another fun pose we're going to play today with tripod headstand. Now, those of you who know it and you're working on it, you can come into it if you're comfortable. Otherwise, if you've never done this before, please watch. And then also I will say, any neck injuries or just general shoulder injuries, you may want to avoid this, but it's always helpful to see somebody or hear someone go through it so we can kind of work up to the pieces and the strength that we need. The point of this is not to stand just on your head. This is a tripod headstand. So tripod number 1, tripod number 2, head is number 3. I will say sometimes people can feel a lot of pressure in the head, so that's why I'm going to explain it first. So if you've never done this, you can go ahead and watch. What we're going to do is I'm going to bend this way. So we're going to come into it from our wide leg fold. So I'm going to place my hands shoulder width distance, and I want to make sure you can see my hands. Okay, so hands are shoulder width distance, and my elbows are going to be in. So you can see tendency is to wing them out, but I'm going to draw them in. They're stacked right over the wrist. Now, I usually toe heel my feet out so my head can come down. If it is not possible for you to have your head on the mat, that's okay. This is what you're working up to, so no problem. Bend into your knees, head comes down. Now remember, I said this is not standing just on your head. You're using your hands just as much. Some of you might have fun just putting your knees on the backs of your triceps and hugging your elbows in. Now, again, be cautious of your neck. Those of you who want to go just a little bit further, you'll hug your elbows in and then maybe play, maybe toward a wall or maybe not. Maybe play with lifting up your legs. Maybe all the way up. And if you do have a wall behind you, great. You want to engage through your whole legs. the way down and talk through the whole thing. It makes it way more fun. Okay, so I'm going to walk us through it. I want everyone to take one step toward this. You do not need to be completely upside down to enjoy the benefits of working towards something. We have to take steps. So first step, maybe coming to your wide-legged fold. And play with getting your tripod. So again, your head is the top of the triangle. Hands are the bottom sides. So hands, shoulder width distance. So your elbows are right on top of your wrists. Head comes down. Now from here, you can play by putting your knees on the back of your triceps. Maybe not today. Maybe you just stay here and work on getting your head down. Maybe you do play with, when I say lift your legs, it is completely in the core when we do this. So again, if it doesn't feel like you're gonna get there today, no problem. You do need to make sure that you're breathing while you're doing this. Whew, and be willing to have fun. Yeah, good. Keep your elbows hugging in. 3 final deep breaths. Wherever you are, be there fully. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale. Release your feet down, release your hands down. Whew. We're coming from a wide-legged fold, everyone, down to downward facing frog pose. I'm gonna slam you right into a hip opener. It's perfect. So knees come wide on your mat. You can see my knees are at a 90-degree angle. My feet are super flexed. You may wanna put a blanket down underneath your knees if that helps. And then you'll lower down to forearms. Maybe this is enough and you're like, oh man, double hip opener, this is intense. Or maybe you can go down to your belly. My hips are staying back, kind of in line with my knees. So really the emphasis here is stretching the groin, the inner thighs, and getting to a place where, yes, this will be uncomfortable, but we're gonna go and sit in that uncomfortable and we'll breathe deep. So find a space where you can let all the swirling fun energy from side crow, from tripod headstand, from whatever you were doing with your body in class, just bring that energy down toward the earth. See if you can take some of the weight out of your shoulders from wherever you are. And even relax your forehead and your jaw. And taking this sweet time to come back to your intention. Sometimes flipping our perspective doesn't look like we thought it would. But when we get upside down, we put ourselves into a completely different position. And we can see the beauty with what is from a different angle. Deep breath in. Big breath out. One more breath in. And a big breath out. Slowly, and the only word really is to extract yourself from this. So if you bring up your weight into your hands and then slowly bring your knees together, we're coming to it like a little seedling pose, and knees together, child's pose, hands either behind your heels or out in front. Tuck everything in, legs are together, and breathe. Rock your head side to side on your mat. And then inhale, roll yourself up to sit onto your heels. And then let's rock around to our bum. Now we will be coming through bridge pose. So if you know you want a supported bridge, you may want to grab a block for this. Otherwise, lean back. Just make sure when we come into this, you're not looking side to side. You want to look only straight up. So bridge pose, look up at your knees. They should be right in line with your hips. And then move your feet closer to your heels. So you can tickle your heels with your fingertips. Palms are down on the mat. Gaze straight up. Breathe everything out. And then press into your feet. Lift your hips up. Gaze is still straight up. And there's a little space behind your neck. Press into your feet, hips lift. Breathe. Now, if this is where you were like, oh, I'm feeling like supported bridge, put a block behind your sacrum. Breathe. One more breath in. Exhale, lower your hips all the way down. Bring your feet wide. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. Feel a twist in your low spine. Now we'll come through one more round of bridge after this. So if you want supported bridge, maybe grab that block. Maybe you want regular bridge. If you have wheel pose in your practice, I'm not going to instruct it, but we're decently warm, so you could go into that if your arms have not had enough. Otherwise, supported bridge, you're just going to lift your hips up, place a block right underneath your sacrum. So this is not like you're not rounding into any sort of back bend or anything. It's like a supported hip lift. A little supported little mini itty bitty inversion. Hands at your sides. I like to have my palms down. Gaze is either up or eyes can be closed. Breathe deep, all the way down to your belly. One more big inhale. And exhale, release it all down. If you thought we were done with the upside down, we're not yet. We're gonna come to plow pose. And so I'll instruct plow. If you know it, go ahead and come into it. So plow pose, hands are at your sides, feet come up overhead. So this might be enough. You could always bring your hands to support your low back. And maybe you just grip into the mat with your toes. Maybe your toes are lifted, that's okay. The key is to not look side to side, and you do not want to place or press the back of your neck into the mat. You do not want to do that. Just breathe. This is activating our throat, our source of communication. Your hands can always stay on the mat. Enjoying this bit of compression for your torso. It's amazing for cleansing. Now you can either stay here or find deaf man's pose. Bring your knees to either side of your face, maybe hands to your calves. If you can feel like getting your body into a pretzel. If not, again, you could always roll to your back. You could return to bridge pose or be in plow pose, halasana. Breathe. And take the next 2 breaths to slowly return yourself to your spine. Breathe your body all the way down. Ooh, hug knees into chest. Rock side to side. Breathe. And I'm going to give you two options, and I want you to genuinely ask your body what it needs. We'll close with breath of light. You can either do this up from seated, or if you want to lie right back towards Shavasana, do that. But ask your body genuinely what it needs in this moment. So either seated or come to full lying onto your back. And I'll instruct us through breath of light. And if you know this, just go ahead and come into it. This is a 7-part inhale. We're going to sip 7 little sips of air in through the nose, hold, and then big exhale through the nose. So breathe everything out. And then we'll do little sips for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath in. And then 1 big exhale through your nose. When you get to the bottom, start counting on your own, back from 7, little sips of air. It should be very quiet. If you had a neighbor practicing with you, they wouldn't even be able to hear you. You can hold for as long as you'd like at the top. And then when you need to, big breath out. And the final component of this practice that I will leave you with is visualizing, drawing the quality of light into your body. When we flip our perspective, we draw that lightness within ourselves, whether we're turning our body upside down or our mind upside down, bringing in the light. And you're welcome to continue this practice until we come out of it. Or if just drifting into a Shavasana is what's going to serve you today, you can also do that. But sometimes it just feels good to end class seated. Listen to your own body. If you're still doing breath of light, you can release the technique after the round that you're on. If you're in Shavasana, start drawing a little deeper breath into your body. Become aware of your surroundings. Wherever you are, wiggle your fingers and toes. And roll out through your wrists and your ankles.
And then reach your arms long overhead. Find a stretch. Maybe point your toes. And then knees to chest. Rock side to side. Roll onto your right side. Come back to your intention. And then press your way up to a comfortable seat. Hands will come to heart center, eyes closed. Honor yourself for showing up today, for practicing fully, listening to your body, and contributing your energy to this class. We'll close with just one Om, uniting our voices one final time. Breathe everything out. And right away, inhale to Om. Breathe in and breath out. Thumbs to your forehead. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Thank you so much for sharing your practice today. Namaste.